Abuja. The program is Citizen Sports, reaching you from 93.7 FM. Yes, I'm Emmanuel Fashemi, the sports senator. All right, we've got you covered with a lot of juicy sporting stories on the show this morning. Now, before we'll be giving you all of the stories making the round in the world of sports, we will start from the home front, where it is the AMAC Coaches Council Unity Preseason Tournament. It all started yesterday after the draws on Saturday. And also we'll have another grassroots competition in the city of Abuja. So we'll be looking at all of these and many more on the show. Like I said, we'll be starting from the AMAC Coaches Council Unity Preseason Tournament. Yeah, some games were played yesterday.
Copy C. This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated. This is our journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7, Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated.
All right, welcome back from that a little hiccup there. All right, let's quickly begin. Like I said, we will start from the Ama Council Coaches Tournament. Yeah, in Abuja, where Gwarimpa United defeated, lost to Jibril FC 5-0 in the first game played yesterday. And Fine Trust FC versus Superstars ended 1-0 in favor of Fine Trust FC. Youthful team. Youthful Ballers defeated Jawab FC 1-0 in some of the game plays yesterday, and we have other fixtures to continue today in March Day 2, where Kickers FC will battle Baggiyi FC at 11:45 a.m. Eagles Wings will play Young Professionals, AS Roma versus Galadima FC. Those are the fixtures for Day 2. Yes, we'll be speaking to one of the local organizing committee member, that is Coach Kenny Owojori, who will be joining us on the show this morning for giving us the insight into what has transpired so far in the AMA Coaches Council tournament.
Citizen FM Abuja, now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM Abuja, now we be the voice of the people. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy.
All right, let's go straight to the camp of the Super Eagles, where Super Eagles head coach Eric Sher has warned that the team still has a lot of things to improve on to bring their hopes of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup to life. The Super Eagles are currently preparing for a third friendly game in about 2 weeks facing Russia on Friday in Moscow, after beating Ghana and Jamaica to win the second edition of the Unity Cup in London last Saturday. Chair who took over Super Eagles' job in January has the mandate of leading the team to the final of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, while the task of overturning the team's ill-fated 2026 World Cup qualifiers campaign is also staring him in the face. According to the Franco-Malian coach, he would have opted against the Unity Cup in London, but he sees the lineup of games as an opportunity for the team to improve before resuming the World Cup qualifying campaign in September. According to his words, he said, "We have an important goal in September, so I saw this as an opportunity to give as many players the chance to show what they can do, and I'm really happy and proud of them because in just 2 or 3 training sessions they work really hard. That is the reality." According to Cha, during the Unity Cup we scored goals and we created chances and we showed some very good things in our game, but of course we still need to work. We have weakness, we need to improve, we need to step up as a group and as a team, especially if we want to qualify for the World Cup. The 47-year-old began his Super Eagles reign in March with a win and a draw in 2 World Cup qualifying games, but it wasn't enough to revive their chances of picking the sole ticket from their group. With 4 games left in the series, Shelmel will face Rwanda at home, South Africa away in September, while their last 2 games are against Lesotho away and Benin Republic at home in October. They need to win their remaining matches to stand a chance of qualifying, as they are currently 4th in Group C with just 7 points, 6 points behind leaders South Africa. Yes, the Super Eagles of Nigeria need to win all their game if they are to make it to the World Cup to the World Cup come 2026 in USA, Mexico, and Canada. The 3 countries will be co-hosting the World Cup in 2026, which Coach Eric Schall sees as an opportunity, at least to get the Super Eagles back on track if they really want to bear that name, the giant of Africa. Indeed, somehow we are the giant of Africa when it comes to sport. We'll come back to football quickly. Let's switch to the female Yellow Greens cricket team of Nigeria, where in a closely contested match at the 2025 Kwibuka Women's T20 International Tournament, the female Yellow Greens of Nigeria narrowly lost to Zimbabwe by 6 runs in their opening game of the event at the Gahanga 2 cricket over in Rwanda. That was yesterday. The Nigerian team showcased commendable resilience against the test-playing nation, highlighting their growing stature in the international women's cricket circuit. Captain Favour Esiegbe won the toss and opted to feed first, leaving the Zimbabweans to post a modest total of 104 runs in their allotted 20 overs. Chasing 105 runs for victory, Nigerians' innings was anchored by Captain Esiegbe, who top scored with a brisk 21 runs not out. Her innings provided stability amidst regular fall of wickets despite pressure. Batters display intent and fought valiantly, keeping the chase alive until the final overs. The match witnessed a tense climax with Nigeria needing 7 runs of the last over. However, Zimbabwe's bowlers held their nerve, executing precise deliveries to clinch the match by a slender margin, as Nigeria finished the innings with 98 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. Head coach Leke Oyede, in his post-match interview, emphasized the team's positive trajectory and the importance of learning from such closely fought games as the team heads into the World Cup qualifiers in a couple of months. After Tuesday openers, the female Yellow Greens will file out against Brazil in their next game. That is today as we speak. That game is already going on. The 9 times in the tournament will face off in the round-robin format, and the top 4 teams at the end of the group stage will advance to the semi-finals. The Kwibuka T20 tournament has been running since 2014. The most successful nation in the tournament is Kenya, which boasts of 4 titles, while host nation Rwanda have won it once. The 2024 edition was won by Uganda, with Zimbabwe finishing as runners-up. Indeed, it's a good one for our Yellow Greens cricket women's team to use that as a shape-up to prepare themselves for the World Cup coming up in a couple of months, which we are looking forward to see how it can be. All right, let's look at some stories coming from the world of tracks, where the Confederation of African Athletics will commence its Olympic Talent Identification Initiative in Abeokuta at the 2025 African Under 18 and Under 20 Championship after partnering with the Worldwide Scholarship. According to Athletics Africa, the partnership between the CAA and the WSS will officially begin at the CAA Under 18 Under 20 Championship in Nigeria, which will serve as the starting point for identifying emerging athletic talent across the continent. The relationship will commence with the hosting of the CAA Under 18 Under 20 Championship in Nigeria. The third edition of the CAA African Under 18 and Under 20 Combined Championship, now scheduled for July 16 to 20th, 2025, was originally set to take place in Oran, Algeria, before being moved to Abeokuta due to logistics issues, and is expected to attract over 500 young athletes from across the continent. As part of the agreement signed by CAA President Kalkaba has been granted the mandate to identify, manage, and develop African athletes, athletic talent. In a WSS release, this collaboration is designed to provide structured access. All right, we are still looking at some Nigerian stories. Now we'll talk cyclists, where Nigerian cyclists joined the global community on Tuesday to mark the World Bicycle Day, using the occasion to promote road safety and sustainable transportation with the 2025 team Cycling for Sustainable Future. Enthusiasts in Lagos staged an awareness ride across the city, riding from the National Stadium Surulere to the FRSC command office at Ojodu, Bega, Alausa, and Barak. To the stadium. The awareness was put together by the Nigerian Cycling Federation in partnership with the Fit Cycle Care, the Federal Road Safety Corps, Lagos Sector Command, and other non-governmental organizations. The CEO of the FT Cycle Care, Femi Thomas, stressed the increasing popularity of cycling in Nigeria, hence the need to intensify public awareness about safety and sustainability. The Deputy Commander Operations Lagos State Command, Lucas Oguntade, also highlighted safety procedure for cyclists in that event. Indeed, we're happy. Yes, we want to see more of this in Nigeria. All right, let's go back to football, and we'll quickly look at one man who is the rave of the moment until we have a new king. Later on by December this year. Yes, Super Eagles star Ademola Lookman has described his switch to a switch of international legends from England to Nigeria as one of the most defining choices of his football career. The 2024 CAF African Footballer of the Year said choosing to represent Nigeria changed everything for him, both personally and professionally. Let me quote his words. He said, "Without doubt, it changed my career and my life. People know that this is my home, this is my place. I enjoy it here. I am the son of the soil." Born in London, Lookman played for England at youth level before pledging his international future to Nigeria. That decision has coincided with a dramatic rise in his profile, culminating in a historic Europa League final hat-trick against Bayer Leverkusen, which helped Atalanta win their first ever European title. Now regarded as one of Europe's most informed attackers, the 27-year-old credited his success to discipline, consistency, and relentless hard work. Indeed, hard work pays. In his words also, he said, "I think it was just self-belief and working hard every day. When you work hard every single day, you gain confidence and grow in what you do. You know that eventually your hard work will pay off someday." Lookman said that mindset was crucial during the tougher moment in his career, including when he missed a crucial penalty during a loan spell at Fulham. He said winning the African Footballer of the Year award was a deeply personal moment. It's amazing, honestly. I won't lie. That is according to him. I won't lie. It's a privilege privilege to have it. Lukman recently returned to Lagos, that is Nigeria, to present the CAF Awards to the president, that is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, describing it as a meaningful homecoming. Sanwo-Olu, on his part, hailed him as a symbol of the greater Lagos rising spirit and a shining example for millions of Nigerian youth. He also visited Phase 2, a community where he spent much of his childhood with his grandmother and father. Lukman, his exploits have attracted the attention of top Premier League clubs like Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Manchester United, who are reportedly preparing a bid for him. Atalanta have placed a value of 50 million euro on him as one of their star players whose current form and maturity make him one of the most valuable forwards in European football. Indeed, Ademola Lookman is one you can't, as a coach, you can't overlook, because indeed he is the man of the moment. Also, Milan are looking to see if they can actually maybe recruit him, on Juventus, if they can actually recruit him to their side. But let's see what happened at the beginning of the season. If Lookman will be in England or stay back in Italy, but with a different club, or probably stay back to continue his career with Atalanta, with Coach Gasparini also leaving Bergamo, leaving them to join AS Roma. He's going to the AS Roma, where Massimo Allegri is also leaving that place. Okay, it's a good one. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's come back. Let's come back to the home front now. We look at some of the stories coming from the home front, where the Unity Cup, according to Lawal, he said it's a good one for Nigerian players. Just the recently concluded Unity tournament in England, where Nigeria defeated Jamaica via penalty shootout to lift the trophy after beating Ghana in the semi-final 2-1, and then it was 2-2 against the Reggae Boys of Jamaica, and it went straight to penalties. But Nigeria, at the end of the day, triumph. Yes, speaking about that Unity Cup, Shooting Stars General Manager Dimeji Lawa believes that the busy international break will give Super Eagles tactician Eric Shell enough time to blend the home base and the foreign base player. Lawa stated that the Unity Cup tournament in London and the upcoming international friendly, that game is bid for Friday against Russia, we give the Malian coach time to instill his strategy into the players. Super Eagles will battle Russia at the Stadion Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow on Friday. According to him, said this is a phase for him to be able to identify his players and work closely with them. The former Super Eagles, that's the Dimeji Lawa speaking. He said if all he does during the season is to have only 2 or 3 days to work with those players, now he will have more time to see them in different games, so he will be able to fully introduce his ideology and philosophy of football. You can't do that in a proper tournament because there's no time enough for that. But during this period, he can work with them extensively and tell them this is the way he wants them to play. Indeed, that is what friendlies are made for. Friendlies are used in assessing players and also for coaches to look at their formation, how they want it, how they want to play, and the way he wants to set up his team. Indeed, we'll be seeing what happens in that. All right, let's stick with some national team story now. We'll go straight to the Flamingos. That's the Nigerian under-17 women's team. Well, the Flamingos of Nigeria, we know their group opponents in the 2025 FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup. Today, the draw ceremony will be held. Will go down in Rabat, Morocco later on today. Yes, 24 countries will take part in the competition for the first time since its inception, and Morocco will be hosting. The Flamingos have been placed in Pot 1 alongside host Morocco, one of Africa's 5 flag bearers. Spain, Japan, North Korea, cup holders. That is North Korea are the winners of the last edition. That's the Under-17 Women's World Cup. and then USA, all are in pot 1. Nigeria will be making her 8th appearance at the Bayana competition. Coach Bankole Olokre's side took part in the women's football event at the 2024 National Sports Festival as part of their preparation for the World Cup, where they actually used the National Sports Festival to indeed look at the team and look at how they are going to set up the team. So let's see what happens. Let's see the group that Nigeria will fall into. That is the under-17 women's team of Nigeria. The group they will fall into in today's draw. All right, quickly, let's go to the senior women's national team now. Yes, we know that yesterday the Super Falcons were in action in a friendly game. Rasheedat Ajibade was the man of the match. Yes, indeed, she came into the party. Yes, Rasheedat Ajibade scored twice as the Super Falcons, I beg your pardon, and a comfortable 2-0 win over Cameroon in the much-awaited international friendly match played on Tuesday at the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta. It was a strong start from the host, who passed with confidence in the early stages and created several chances before breakthrough came in the 26th minute when they were awarded a penalty. After Captain Ajibade was brought down in the box, the former Atletico Madrid Femenino forward stepped up and calmly converted from the spot to give Nigeria the deserved lead. Just before halftime, Ajibade struck again when a well-timed pass from Omorin Shola Babajide found the captain in the box, and she made no mistake by firing in her second goal of the match to make it 2-0. The Falcons went into the break in full control at the restart of the second half. Ifeoma Onumonu was replaced by Francisca Odega, and Nigeria continued to push for a third goal, and it was the Lionesses that started showing more fight in the second half with some bright moments, but could not find a way past women's number 1 goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozie in goal. In the 65th minute, Shola Babajide was forced off with an injury, and she was replaced by the 2024-2025 Nigerian Women's Football League top scorer Bolaji Olamide before Christy Uchebe and MMNCN were later introduced for Tony Payne and Jennifer Kegene, as Justin Madugo made sure all players had a run out in the game. Despite Nigerians' dominance, they could not add to the scoreline. Cameroon's goalkeeper made some key saves to keep the visitors in the match, including denying Ajibade her hat-trick before in the game. In the closing stages, Nadozie made a brilliant save to keep a clean sheet, denying Jean Basti Bissex side and any late goal, and ensure Nigerians claimed their 8th win in 13 meetings against Cameroon. Reflecting on her performance after the match, Ajibade expressed her gratitude to teammates and fans for their role in the win. After 7 months without an action, the match served as an important preparation for the Falcons ahead of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations preparation, and they will face Portugal in June. That is this month, June 23rd, before kickstarting a chase for the 10th, that is La Decima continental title against Tunisia, Botswana, and Algeria, all in the same group, that is Group B, from July the 6th in Morocco. So Morocco will also be hosting the FIFA Women's Under-17 World Cup and also be hosting the African Women's Nations Cup. So the African Women's Nations Cup will come up first before the Under-17 Women's World Cup. Congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who has continued and showed their dominance over their Cameroonian counterpart of the evening at the Abeokuta Stadium. That is MKO Stadium in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Indeed, we'll be looking at okay, let's switch quickly and look at some transfer stories. Let's look at some transfer stories now, where Jadon Sancho, yes, Manchester United, Chelsea, and returned back to Manchester United. I know Manchester United fans right now will be, is he coming back to do? But indeed, Manchester United is his parent club, so he needs to come back. and continue and see if he can get a starting lineup under Ruben Amorim. But if we look at it for Jadon Sancho, we'll be talking about Jadon Sancho on the show come tomorrow. Do you think going to Chelsea has actually brightened his chances of playing for Manchester United again? Do you think he should have stayed back or find a way of staying back in Chelsea, or probably if Manchester United can do some business and then do a cash in on Jadon Sancho instead of returning back to Manchester United? So that's the question we will be looking at on the show tomorrow. If we can really let's talk about Jadon Sancho and see if indeed it's a good thing returning to Manchester United. Like I said, he has officially returned back to Manchester United with a £5 million penalty clause paid as part of the deal. The winger, who had spent a stint at Stamford Bridge, confirmed his departure and then expressed gratitude to the London club for his time there. In his words, according to Sancho, he said, grateful for the experience, big love to Chelsea, big love to everyone at Chelsea who made me feel at home, and teammates, staff, and the fans, wishing the club all the best and moving forward. The move marks a return to Old Trafford for the England international, who as both clubs finalized the agreement with the payment of the clause. Sancho was on the score sheet in Chelsea's 4-1 victory against Real Betis as they clinched the UEFA Conference League title in May. So definitely, if coming back to Manchester United, he's going to the penalties that £5 million would be paid for that. So Manchester United will pocket £5 million right now for the return of Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. It's not a bad deal. Indeed, a deal is a deal, and for Man U, they'll just cash in on him right now, and let's see how it goes. Still on transfer stories now, AC Milan have placed their goalkeeper Mike Maignan. That is AC Milan have told Chelsea if they want to buy their keeper, if they want to prize Mike Maignan. Maignan has been linked with a move to Chelsea this summer transfer window. One of the Chelsea priorities this summer is getting getting an upgrade on goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper, that is Robert Sanchez, after poor few months for the error-prone Spain international last season. Well, AC Milan, if you want to get him, however, according to stories emanating from Italy, the Rossoneri have come back with a proposal after the Premier League West London made contact with them to discuss a possible move for Maignan. The report added that the Serie A giants would be prepared to let their number one goalkeeper leave the San Siro for a fee of £25 million this summer. However, it is yet to be seen if Chelsea will return to the table with an open bid for the 29-year-old stopper. Maignan joined AC Milan from League One side that's Loxley, in 2021. The France international has made 163 appearances across all competitions for the Serie A side. So Chelsea, you've heard it, £25 million price tag is what has been slammed on him. All right, still looking at some transfer, and this time around Manchester United wants a player, but it's going to come at a very big price. That is Brentford forward Brian Mbeumo. I know say he's a Cameroonian, wants a big pay package to make the move to Manchester United. The Red Devils are ready to begin negotiation with their Premier League rivals over signing Mbeumo, but the 25-year-old's salary demand could prove to be tricky. It could prove to be tricky if they are to if Manchester United are to get him, Mbeumo wants to secure a major wage increase if he moves to Old Trafford this summer. According to stories from England, the Cameroonian international currently earns £50,000 a week at the GTEC Community Stadium, but could demand 5 times as much as that at Old Trafford. Mbeumo became the Bees' talisman after Ivan Toney's exit, scoring 20 goals and contributing another 7 assists in 38 league appearances last season for the Bees. Brentford will demand around £60 million from Mbeumo, and United may not be able to offer him the wages he wants if they can get rid of Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, 2 of their biggest earners this summer. Manchester United wants to get rid of the 2 players. Okay. Let's see if that indeed will happen. We're still looking at some transfer story and most especially some news coming in from Old Trafford. That's Manchester United. Now, Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has spoken about rejecting a big money transfer to Saudi Arabia. According to Fernandes, he spoke with manager Ruben Amorim and his wife before taking the decision. Al Ahly reportedly offered Fernandes almost triple of his current £250,000 a week wages. Wow! If you want to collect your retirement money, go to the Saudi Pro League. The Saudi Pro League outfit were also prepared to pay United a whopping £100 million. You heard that? £100 million to sign the Portuguese midfielder. Fernandes, speaking at the press conference yesterday, admitted he had conversations about a possible move to the Middle East, but the 30-year-old had snubbed Al Hilal's offer as he did not want to move to Saudi Arabia at this stage of his career. I know at some point he would definitely go there to collect retirement money. He said, let's listen to what Bruno Fernandes said. I spoke with Ruben Amorim, who really tried to talk me out of it. I spoke to the club, who said they weren't willing to sell me, only if I wanted to leave. So it was an open check. Do you want to go? We don't want you to go, but from your end, do you want to go? He said, Bruno Fernandes continued, I had to make the decision as a family and understand what I wanted for my future. That was the question my wife asked women what my professional goals would be. Okay, so the wife played a big role in Bruno Fernandes staying back at Manchester United. Good one. Let's see. We're looking at some transfer story. Now we'll take one. Let's look at this one. It concerns in Nigeria, where former Obi has won a loan stint at Galatasaray, where he scored 37 goals in 41 appearances, and he won the Golden Boot in Turkey and won the cup double. Yes, they won the league and also the Turkish Cup. According to Mikel Obi, he said, I hope there is still a Premier League move for him this summer. I don't want to see him in Saudi Arabia right now because he still has so much to offer in Europe. It would be a shame to see him go there. So maybe Arsenal, United, Juventus and PSG are his two are his options. Let's see what happened. Mikel Obi indeed is advising our own brother, also his brother, Victor Osimhen, not to move to the Middle East this season. All right, this is where we'll be leaving it on the program Citizen Sports. The show makes a return tomorrow on the station, same station, 93.7 FM, with me, Emmanuel Fashimu. Sorry for some of the technical hitches we observe from the beginning of the show, but hopefully, God's willing, tomorrow it will be better than this. Thanks. I'm out of the studio.
Blackie, I tell you Rosie don't want to dance with me. She pussy and me fine, but me look ugly. And this is something I tell it everybody. Let me no better, me say worry, me no worry. Let me no better, me say worry, me no worry. This girl a Rosie don't want to dance with Blackie. And I'm in friends that start to laugh at me just a dance. Rosie, the friends are watching. Rosie, they will laugh off of me. Rosie, so can I have a dance? Rosie, Lord have mercy. Let me know better, me say worry, me no worry. We go the party. 7:30, I tell you Rosie don't want to dance with me. In front of me friend, she a disgrace me. Me ask her to dance and she give me a show. And in English, he show me no. Say hot and cold, this girl she a blow. Me take you Rosie, come and dance with me. Can I have a dance? Rosie, the friends are watching. Rosie,